I'm 88 years old, and I can finally admit something I've spent my whole life hiding. I was terrified of being ordinary, so I built a life where people would respect me, admire me, remember my name, and I got exactly what I wanted. But what I gave up to get it has haunted me for decades. I'm telling you this now because I'm running out of time, and maybe if you hear it from someone who lived it, you'll make different choices. When I was young, maybe 25 or 26, I worked at a law firm downtown. I wasn't a lawyer, I was a secretary. That's what they called it then. The pay wasn't great, but it was steady work, and I was good at it. I had a routine. I'd take the bus every morning, make coffee for the partners, type up documents, file papers, simple work, honest work. And I hated it. Not because the work was hard, it wasn't. I hated it because no one saw me. I was invisible. Just another woman in the office doing what women were supposed to do. And I wanted more than that. I wanted to matter, so I started taking night classes, business administration. I'd work all day, then take the bus across town to the community college, sit in classes until 9 or 10 at night. Then I'd come home and study until I couldn't keep my eyes open. My husband at the time, Robert, he didn't understand it. We'd been married 3 years. He worked construction. Good man, steady. He'd ask me why I was doing this, why I couldn't just be happy with what we had. And I didn't have a good answer. I just knew I needed to be more than what I was. I finished those classes after 2 years, got a certificate. Then I got a job at a different company, better position, more responsibility. I was proud of myself. For the first time in my life, people listened when I spoke in meetings. They asked for my opinion. It felt good. Robert didn't like the new job. I was working longer hours, coming home later. He'd have dinner waiting, and I'd eat it cold because I was exhausted. We stopped talking much, just practical things. Bills, groceries, his day, my day. Nothing real. I told myself it was temporary. Once I got established, things would settle down. But they didn't. I kept climbing, got promoted, then promoted again. By the time I was 35, I was managing a department, 20 people reporting to me. I had an office with my name on the door, business cards with my title printed in raised letters. People called me Mrs. Harrison with a certain tone, respectful, almost deferential. I'd arrived. Robert and I divorced when I was 37. He said I'd changed, that I wasn't the person he married. I told him he was holding me back, that he couldn't handle my success. We said terrible things to each other in the end, things I still remember word for word. He moved out on a Tuesday, took his clothes and his tools and half the furniture, and I felt relieved. I told myself I was better off alone, that I could focus on my career without distractions. That's what I called him, a distraction. I worked even more after that. Weekends, holidays. It didn't matter. The company became everything. I was important there, valued. People needed me. My mother died when I was 42, lung cancer. She'd smoked her whole life. I knew she was sick. She'd told me 6 months before, but I was in the middle of a major project, a merger that required my attention. I kept promising I'd visit soon, next month. I never made it. She died on a Wednesday morning. My sister called me at work. I was in a meeting. I remember looking at my phone and seeing her name and thinking I'd call her back after. But something made me answer, and she told me. I flew out that afternoon, went to the funeral, stood at the graveside, and I felt nothing. Not because I didn't love her. I did. But I'd spent so long pushing feelings aside to focus on work that I didn't know how to let them back in. My sister barely spoke to me at the funeral. When I asked her what was wrong, she said, "Where were you?" Not as a question, as a statement. Where were you when she was sick? Where were you when she was dying? Where were you? I tried to explain about work, about responsibilities, about how complicated my schedule was. She walked away. We haven't spoken since. That was 46 years ago. I kept working, made it to senior vice president by 50. Had a corner office, windows on 2 sides. I'd stand there sometimes and look out at the city and think about how far I'd come. A secretary turned executive. People respected me, feared me a little maybe. When I walked into a room, conversations stopped. When I spoke, people listened. I'd made it. I retired at 68. They threw me a party, big affair, speeches about my contributions, a plaque with my name on it. People shook my hand and told me I'd be missed. And then I went home to an empty apartment. I'd lived there 15 years and barely knew my neighbors. I had no hobbies, no friends outside of work. Work had been everything, and now it was gone. The first few months I kept expecting someone to call, former colleagues, people I'd worked with for decades, but the phone didn't ring. I wasn't needed anymore. Someone else had my office now. Someone else was making the decisions. And the company moved on without me like I'd never been there at all. That's when I started understanding what I'd done. I'd spent 60 years building a reputation. And in 6 months, no one remembered my name. The respect I'd worked so hard for, it evaporated the moment I left. Because it was never about me. It was about my position, my usefulness. Once that was gone, so was the respect. I tried to reconnect with people from my past. Robert had remarried, had kids, grandkids now probably. I looked him up online once, saw pictures of him with his family. He looked happy, old like me, but happy. I thought about reaching out, apologizing for how things ended. But what would I even say? Sorry I chose a career over you? Sorry I thought being respected by strangers was more important than being loved by you? I never contacted him. My sister died 4 years ago. I found out from an obituary she had children, 3 of them. I'd never met them. They were my nieces and nephews, and I didn't even know their names. At the funeral, I sat in the back. Her kids spoke about her, about what a wonderful mother she was, how she was always there for them, how she made them feel loved. And I sat there thinking about how I'd chosen not to have children, because it would have interfered with my career, because I couldn't be a mother and an executive, because I had to choose. And I chose respect over love, achievement over connection, a name on a door over a hand to hold. I'm 88 now. I live in a retirement home. It's nice enough, clean, safe. The staff is polite, but they're paid to be polite. No one visits me. I have no family left. No children to call on Sundays. No grandchildren to send pictures. No one who remembers me as anything other than a resident in room 214. There's a woman here, Margaret, who has visitors every week. Her daughter comes, her son, her grandchildren. They crowd into her little room and laugh and talk and bring her things. And I watch them from my doorway sometimes. I watch the way she lights up when they arrive, the way she holds their hands, the way they kiss her goodbye. And I feel something that might be envy or grief or both. I was respected once. People knew my name. People listened when I spoke. And now I'm just an old woman alone in a room waiting to die. The respect is gone. The achievements don't matter. The career I sacrificed everything for ended 20 years ago, and no one remembers it. But the people I pushed away, the relationships I didn't nurture, the love I didn't accept because I was too busy chasing admiration from people who never really knew me, those losses are permanent. I can't go back and choose differently. I can't call Robert and say I was wrong. I can't apologize to my sister. I can't have the children I decided not to have. It's too late for all of that. If you're reading this and you're still young enough to choose, I can't tell you what to do. Maybe you'll choose the career. Maybe that's what will make you happy. But I can tell you what I've learned. Respect from strangers is cold comfort when you're dying alone. Achievements fade. Positions disappear. Titles mean nothing when there's no one who loves you. The people who would have loved you, who would have stayed with you, who would have held your hand in the end, they won't wait forever. At some point, they stop asking. They stop trying. They move on. And you're left with exactly what you chose. I chose to be respected, and I was, for a while. But respect doesn't sit beside your bed when you're sick. It doesn't call to check on you. It doesn't remember your birthday. It doesn't cry at your funeral. I'm 88 years old. I don't have much time left. Maybe a year, maybe less. And when I die, there will be a small service. The funeral home will notify the retirement home. A few staff members might attend out of obligation. And that will be it. No family, no friends, no one whose life was better because I was in it. Just a woman who worked hard and died alone. I was respected, and it cost me everything that mattered.